well-deserved round of applause for them. And the first thing we want to present is an appreciation to one of those who were part of the administration, my friend and my brother, Eric Short. Where you at, Eric? Come over here, man. It says, an appreciation for your hard work and contributions to the Ballside Middle documentary and social media page. We thank you, the Ballside Middle family. Congratulations, my brother. All right. The second presentation is going to be presented to the Ballside Middle documentary film. And we're going to present it to the director and editor, filmmaker, and executive producer, James Wader Rapellia. Come on, James.
I know, that's right.
So we have several people that we are inducting into the Hall of Fame this year. We have several people we are inducting into the Hall of Fame this year, many of which who have gone on, who looks down on us at this very moment, and without doubt, I'm sure they are proud of what has been done and what will be done. But then we have several who we are blessed to have in our presence. So those who are in our presence, we're going to give you an opportunity when your award is presented to you to have a brief word. Amen, so that we're not sitting in the sun too very long. The first presentation for the high schools, it reads Ballside Middle Foundation Hall of Fame inductees 1974 through 1975, 1975 through 1976 PSAL Championship runner-ups, Lafayette High School. Come on, who's representing Lafayette High School?
All right.
As they come, let me read this. It reads, Lafayette High School accomplished excellence 2 years in a row by advancing to the PSAL City Championship game in both 1975 and 1976. Head coach Gil Fritchman led this team of talented individuals to the big game. Although Lafayette fell short both years, we can't deny their contribution to Brooklyn basketball during the era. This 2-year run and their success has landed them as inductees into our inaugural Ballside Middle Hall of Fame. Congratulations and thank you for making Brooklyn proud.
And once you got that bug, it takes you everywhere. And everywhere that these guys went from that game of basketball has taken them to a better place. The institution of basketball teaches us courage. It gives us teamwork, reliability. It crosses bridges that would never be crossed, and it was a gift to be part of that time in Brooklyn, Brooklyn at that time. Thanks.
The next inductee into the Ballside Middle Hall of Fame is none other than Sid Jones. Come on, let's hear it for Sid Jones. In recognition of the accomplishments made by Sid Jones during the Ballside Middle era, we hereby induct you into the Ballside Middle Foundation Hall of Fame. Coach Sid has made valuable contributions to the Brooklyn, New York City community, as well as successful pro-amateur director and coach of United Brooklyn. Sid provided opportunities for young men to continue their playing careers, post-college / pro careers. His laid-back style and always attentive personality proved successful as he won numerous championships throughout New York City. His success included championships in the NBA Pro-Am, Pro National Tournaments, Ron Nielsen Pro, West Fork Pro, and Nike Pro. Sid was all a mentor to many. He would provide advice on life and was always available to speak and listen to his players and colleagues. one of the most respected basketball coaches and individuals in our community. May he rest in peace. And our brother Craig Booth will receive this award on behalf of Sid and the family. For our brother Wayne. And it reads as follows: in recognition of the accomplishments made by Wayne Mackey as father, corporate executive, professional and amateur sports official, and as a mentor of the Ditmas Park All-Stars during the Ballside Middle era. We hereby induct you into the Ballside Middle Foundation's Hall of Fame. Wayne's success both on and off the court and field is exemplary. Wayne successfully climbed the ladder in professional sports by becoming an NFL executive after he retired as an NFL official. Wayne was awarded a tremendous opportunity to officiate the 50th anniversary Super Bowl game, which is a credit to his ability, skill, and experience. Wayne's accomplishments as an NFL executive was appreciated, thus resulting in the officiating development program is now named after him. Although successful, Wayne continued to respect and support Brooklyn sports and became a mentor and advocate for diversity in his profession. Let us hear it for our brother Wayne Mackey. Come on, you all. We can do better than that. Foundation Hall of Fame. Coach Gustus has made considerable contributions to the Brooklyn, New York City community as a successful college, high school, and community coach. Ted's contributions extend to being a mentor, motivator, author, and developer of numerous beneficial programs for youth throughout New York City. Coach Ted is the founder of the Ditmas All-Stars basketball program, which produced pro and college student athletes. Coach Ted also was a successful championship high school coach in his own right, a great basketball mind. Coach Ted has been able to get the most out of his large basketball community, respected by so many and admired by those who seek ambition and accountability. Coach Ted has always demonstrated a significant care for the lives of others throughout his life. He is humbly and simply a Brooklyn treasure. Come on, let's hear it for Coach Ted Gustus.
That's right. Man and a legend.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's so great. First of all, I want to thank Mr. Coach Mark Reiner at Canarsie High School. He was my high school coach, and he always told me to be a community person. He told me straight up, he said, you got a nice crossover dribble and a jumper, but you ain't going to pros. You need to start coaching and getting into the community and doing some work. And I took his advice. The other one I want to thank is Coach Bonnie Davis, who's not here right now, under the weather, kind of sick. He wanted to introduce me to this game of basketball. And finally, on behalf of Phil Hayes, I don't know if you guys know him, he was a mentor, a father for me. I want to thank him very much. And lastly, I will never take an award after 42 years, not to mention my beautiful and lovely wife, Karen Gustus, wherever she is, over there. Thank you so much, because she is the one that tolerated a lot of young people around her. So once again, thank you for this award, Ballside Middle. Appreciate you so much, Coach.
Foundation Hall of Fame, none other than the late George Murden. In recognition of the accomplishments made by George Murden during the Ballside Middle era, we hereby induct you into the Ballside Middle Foundation Hall of Fame. Coach Murden has made valuable contributions to the Brooklyn, New York City community as a successful coach, activist, educator, and community leader. Coach Murden was a founder of Each One, Teach One, Restoration Drum and Bugle Corps, and founder/president of the Living Legends of Brooklyn Basketball Incorporated. He was an excellent facilitator and extreme resource for many throughout the Brooklyn community. He simply loved helping others and loved his family. As a coach in the restoration program, Coach Murden impacted the lives of many young black males. His impact on their lives is demonstrated through their individual success stories. May he rest in peace. Congratulations to Coach George Murden.
Thank y'all brothers for coming out. What my father did was very inspirational in the community. And what a lot of these brothers today are doing is inspirational in the community. It's molding black men and changing the dynamics of our community. And I like to applaud all the brothers who take their time out to train these kids, to teach these kids the game of basketball, the game of sports, period. I really appreciate you brothers. All right? I'm gonna leave you out with a short story. I went to a veterans dinner with my father one time, and all the guys were sitting around bragging about what they shot during the time of the war. So my father's sitting there laughing because everybody knows my father, he's real cocky. So he said, "What you laugh about, George? What you shoot?" I said, "I shot a basketball." Have a good one.
Hall of Fame. Rodney's genius, care for young people, and his dedication and commitment to improving the lives of others is appreciated. Rodney leveraged his resources and contacts to providers who have not had a chance to attend a college. In addition, Rodney mentored in many of the playgrounds and gyms in our community. He provided guidance and advice as it related to their choices in life. One noted significant accomplishment was Rodney's contributions to the grassroots basketball community. Rodney successfully introduced Nike to the Brooklyn, USA Youth Basketball Organization. This introduction led to Brooklyn, USA becoming the first grassroots basketball program that Nike sponsored. This induction is a token of our appreciation for all that he did for the basketball community. Rest in peace. Let's give Rodney Parker's family a round of applause. Nation Hall of Fame is Greg Jocko Jackson. In recognition of the accomplishments made by Jocko Jackson, we hereby induct you into the Ballside Middle Foundation Hall of Fame. Jocko has made considerable contributions to the Brooklyn, New York City community. Jocko has been a mentor, coach, organizer, and developer to our youth. Jocko's contributions to the community have been tremendous. Jocko has trained and mentored many as well. His development of future leaders has allowed his work in the community to continue. He served as a fine example of leadership and a person with extremely high character. He cared about the entire community and not just the athletes. He understood having a safe place for young people was essential to their survival and success. May he rest in peace. Come on, let's give Jocko and his family a round of applause. In recognition of the accomplishments made by Gil Reynolds during the Ballside Middle era, we hereby induct you into the Ballside Middle Foundation's Hall of Fame. Coach Gil has made considerable contributions to the Brooklyn, New York City community as a successful coach of our youth. Coach Gil is credited for the development of numerous Brooklyn players who eventually played in the National Basketball Association and in college. Coach Gil's method that included strict discipline and unique, in other words, unique So let me read that again.
He'll put hands on you if he had to.
Coach Gill is credited for the development of numerous Brooklyn players who eventually played in the National Basketball Association and in college. Coach Gill's methods that included strict discipline was unique, however successful. Coach Gill required that his players have a high basketball acumen, IQ, and understanding of the game. Coach Gill placed high demands on his players so that they may achieve the best results. As coach of Restoration and Vanguard, he provided numerous leadership opportunities for other young coaches who eventually went on to become successful coaches in their own programs. Coach Gill was deemed the coach of coaches among his peers. May he rest in peace. Come on, give Coach Gill and his family my brother John Rushmore is going to accept on behalf of Coach Gill and the family. Frank Mickens. In recognition of the accomplishments made by Frank Mickens during the Ballside Middle era, we hereby induct you into the Ballside Middle Foundation's Hall of Fame. Coach Mickens has made valuable contributions to the Brooklyn, New York City community as a coach, educator, and administrator. Coach Mickens' commitment to the betterment of the Brooklyn community allowed him to foster a foundation of training and leadership that was needed in order for our youth to survive and prosper in life. As a principal at Boys and Girls High School, Mr. Mickens saved lives, plain and simple. His methods were unique, however, garnered results that were proven successful. His example to the youth through his high level of personal achievement, leadership, and community service has made Brooklyn proud. Championship coach and championship principal. May he rest in peace. Come on, let's give Mr. Mickens and his family a hand. Because this guy here, and they're all awesome in their right, but this is kind of personal to me. Our next inductee is none other than Coach Lloyd Macquarie. In recognition of the accomplishments made by Lloyd Macquarie during the Ballside Middle era, we hereby induct you into the Ballside Middle Foundation's Hall of Fame. Coach Lloyd has made considerable contributions to the Brooklyn, New York City community as a successful coach of our youth for over 40 years. Coach Lloyd has contributed to the success of hundreds of youth through his coaching, mentoring, and development programs. Coach Lloyd has an understanding of youth and their needs to develop. Coach Lloyd also played an important part as an assistant coach at Alexander Hamilton High School during their championship run in 1981. Coach Lloyd's genuine care and concern for youth is a reflection of what a community coach is and what a community coach does. He takes care of the community. Congratulations and welcome to the Hall of Fame, Coach Lloyd Macquarie. Ray Haskins. In recognition of the accomplishments made by Ray Haskins, we hereby induct you into the Ballside Middle Foundation Hall of Fame. Coach Haskins has made considerable contributions to the Brooklyn, New York City community as a successful college, high school, and community coach. His contributions also include being a mentor, educator, administrator, and official. Coach Haskins has made significant contributions to the Brooklyn basketball and to the lives of many. His knowledge and experience has coined him the nickname, The Institution. Simply said, he has a high IQ and an exceptional level of understanding about the Brooklyn basketball community. His genuine care for the life of others is exemplified in everything he has done and accomplished. A walking role model and one of the most respected basketball minds in the entire country. Congratulations and welcome to the Hall of Fame, Coach.
Thank you. I started on this journey at the age of 13 when the godfather of Brooklyn basketball took me to the March on Washington, the first March on Washington with Dr. Martin Luther King. That was Lester Robbins.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Lester was instrumental in the lives of everybody on that wall.
Right.
Everybody. He got them started. Lester gave me the job at Alexander Hamilton as a JV basketball coach. Lester was instrumental. A lot of people, you might not know who Lester was, but I do. A lot of people saw Lester in this building.
That's right.
And they thought Lester was the director of this center. He didn't even work there.
He didn't work there.
But he had every key. And Lester had his hand on the pulse of the community.
Right.
He's the guy that brought all these guys together. He's the founder of Saboa.
That's right.
He's the founder of Brooklyn, USA.
Yes, sir.
He's the founder of the Metropolitan Coaches Association.
Right.
With that, Lester put me on a path of leadership. My leadership took me to being the coach of Alexander Hamilton High School, being the director of St. John's Recreation Center, then being the principal of Maggie Walker Middle School over there. And to this very day, because of my teaching and because all of you guys had a hand in pushing me, I am now the executive director of the New York City Public School Athletic League. And it all started here. As you look on the wall, you'll notice these people made contributions. They're all coaches. The next selection will center on players.
Right.
But Craig Booth has done a lot of things right, and he got us off to the right start by starting with people who give all their time, all their dedication to help our community.
Right.
These guys, without them, where would we be?
Right.
Where would we be?
Right, man.
So I'm thankful for that. Does anybody here play for you? Raise your hand. Good. I saw some guys I didn't put in the game. They raised their hand too. I thank you for the love. All right. A couple of my assistants I'd like to acknowledge. Julius Allen is here. He was my assistant. Come on. At LIU.
Julius.
And when I started coaching, I was Coach Macquarie's assistant at Brooklyn, USA. Come on here, Coach. Another one of my assistants and my disciples who won 5 state championships as a girls coach at Bishop Loughlin High School, Coach Deborah Mortley. You out here, Coach? So this tells you that there's a place for all of us to make a positive contribution to our community. I want to thank you for the love. I want to thank you for the continued blessing, and God bless you. Thank you.
I need your entire attention. Mr. Ray James, I need you to part the river. James, part the river. I need the Roberts family to come forward if they can. Please come up. Brian, I need you up front and center if you don't mind. Come on, family.
You did great, baby.
Now, can you, hey, Mel, help me out with that. Help me out with that, please. A little louder, a little louder. A little louder. Okay, here we go. Listen up. I need your entire attention. Hey! So I want you to listen. We are honored today to have the family of Lester Roberts present. Let's give them a round of applause. I was blessed to have met most of them, probably 3 times as many, during the filming process. We had a family reunion talk. They welcomed me in. Proud, beautiful black family. So we wonder, where does Lester get it from? And it's this beautiful family here. His 2 sisters are here, his nephews. It's amazing. If you've seen the film is anchored on the story of Lester Roberts. And as I said in the end of the film, Lester Roberts left the planet on November 29th, and it was the very day I'm born on November 29th. So that's why Lester is the executive producer of our film. From the heavens, he put something into me at the age of 14 that somehow, at the age of I was able to just bring the family together. That's all I did, was bring y'all all together, and y'all were proud to tell me your stories. And there's more to come. Let me read this. In recognition of the valuable contributions made by Lester Roberts to the Brooklyn, New York basketball community and to our youth, those contributions include, but are not limited to, co-founding youth organizations such as Sports Unlimited, the original Brooklyn, USA, Citywide Athletic Association in Samoa, officiating organization, and many other community-based organizations. Lester committed his life to improving our community and lives of others. Lester's time, commitment, and mentorship enhance lives and develop future leaders who demonstrate the same level of care and service. We hereby induct you into the 2022 inaugural Ballside Middle Foundation's Hall of Fame. This induction is just a small token of our appreciation for you and your life's work. May you rest in peace, the godfather of Brooklyn basketball, Lester Roberts.